بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. This is Riad Ouarzazi. Welcome you to another episode of ROC YOUR Ramadan 2018, day 12. And we're still talking about the previews from the seerah of the Prophet Mohammed sallallahu alayhi wasallam. After the Prophet Mohammed alayhi wasallam went to As-Safa and he called and he announced his message sallallahu alayhi wasallam, then Quraysh had to take a stance. The first thing they did was to ridicule him sallallahu alayhi wasallam. First they started changing his name from Muhammad to Mudhammam. It's like ridiculing him and making fun of him sallallahu alayhi wasallam. They called him names. They called him a magician, sahir. They called him kahin, a soothsayer. They called him abtah, a man who cannot have children or who cannot have boys. Belittling him and making fun of him sallallahu alayhi wasallam. But what did the Prophet Muhammad do at that time or that period? He started collecting the Sahaba, those who embraced Islam. And one man or one boy or one young man, in fact, he did something great for Islam and the Muslims. He offered, people who thought, they embraced Islam and they started thinking, what can we do? What can we do to serve? So this man, he came, young man, 16 years old. His name is Al-Arqam, from Banu Makhzum. He offered his house. He said, here's my house. Let us have a venue. Sometimes you need a venue to do some activities, to do some programs. So he offered his own home for the Sahaba to come and the Prophet ﷺ to teach them Quran and teach them Islam. Think you could do anything. You say La ilaha illallah. Think of how can you serve this deen. This boy, he said, what can I do? I don't know Quran, I don't know Islam, I'm going to serve, I'm going to offer my house and collect them, and here's my home, you can come here and then you can, and let the Prophet ﷺ teach us the deen and the Quran. Al-Arqam ibn Al-Arqam from Banu Makhzum. Then the Quraysh took a different stance, another stance. This stance now they started, abusing Prophet Muhammad and the Sahaba. They started abusing him sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, just for the sake of this religion. So much, abuse and hostility that he went through, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. They asked him, why don't you show us some miracles? Yet the Prophet Muhammad, unlike Isa, for instance, when they asked him, أن تنزل علينا مائدة من السماء, send down a ma'idah, a table, full of food from the heavens. And then Isa alayhi salam, he made dua to Allah Azza wa Jal, and Allah Azza wa Jal sent down that ma'idah. Before their eyes, they could see the table coming down from the skies. But then, if they were not to believe, they will be destroyed. And rahmatan bihim, and having mercy upon them, the Prophet refused to show any miracles. Why? Because the Quran in itself is a miracle. But to Quraysh, when they asked for these certain miracles, the Prophet refused to show them anything. Why? Because he was afraid that he may show them these miracles and then they will refuse to believe and Allah will destroy them and Allah will punish them. So rahmatan bihim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Here he is praying sallallahu alayhi wa sallam near the Kaaba. Comes the Uqba ibn Abu Mu'ayt, and then he started throwing dirt on the back of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, the dirt of this camel that they slaughtered, and then he took the guts of it, filled with dirt and filth, and then he threw it into the back of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Abu Jahl, he took his hamama and then he choked the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam until he went down on his knees as he could not breathe, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, all for the sake of La ilaha illallah. The Sahaba, themselves, like Ibn Mas'ud, like Al-Khabbab, like Bilal, like the very first martyr in Islam, the woman, Sumayya, from the family of Yasir. They went through so much abuse just because they said La ilaha illallah. My dear brothers and sisters, Islam did not come easy to us. Islam came with a lot of sacrifice. Islam came with lots of efforts that they have done from their part to bring us Islam. Yet the Prophet, he never called for extremism and to go and fight against them and whatnot. No, he was, initially his message was a peaceful message, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Enjoy Ramadan, akhi. Like I said, enjoy your deen. Your deen is such a beautiful deen. Enjoy it. Enjoy the time in your salah. Show a smile, ya akhi. Ukhti, show a smile when you go to the masjid, in the month of Ramadan, the month of Rahmah. Think, and understand that this religion, like I said, people, they spill their blood to bring it to us. And then what have we done for it? So alhamdulillah, the least, akhi, in this month of Ramadan, try to enjoy it. Try to enjoy your salah. Try to enjoy your fasting. Do some khair. Give sadaqah. Do khair. Teach. Read Quran and teach it to others. Do something for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tell your neighbors about the Ramadan and about Islam and about this beautiful deen. Tell about the people who work with you. Do something for this deen, for La ilaha illallah. قُلْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ تُفْلِحُونَ. Until another episode of ROC YOUR Ramadan 2018, Riad Ouarzazi saying, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Don't forget to share your comments with us, inshallah ta'ala, and to share these videos with others so they can also benefit, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.